Welcome to the Dreams in Motion podcast. I am your host, Curtis King Bradford, and welcome to the show. Before we get started, man, I want to shout out to my sponsor, the Whitener Group, for allowing us to use this beautiful location. Also, the Whitener Group has helped me with my business credit. They helped me get over 90,000 plus in business credit at 0% interest. That's the key so that you can invest that money into assets and flip that money to do something with your business and grow. He also helped me get organized, so I definitely want to shout him out, salute him for allowing us to use this space and just to be my sponsor and to help me get organized. So eventually we're going to have a link below to where you can click on this link, connect with Mr. Whitener and help get your business in order and move forward from there. So let's get that out the way first, and I want to introduce my guest. I'm very excited to have this young man on the show. This kid has been doing some amazing things with his clothing brand. I was hip to this dude by a friend of mine in my family. She's dating your uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Kevin.
Yeah, Uncle Kevin. Shouts out to Uncle Kevin. And he put me on this kid brand a couple of months ago. And I got to be honest, I overlooked it. I wasn't really, diving into it. But he kept sending me links. And I started looking at what this kid was doing, and I was like, man, this is an amazing movement. Eternal Flare is the name of the company. It's an amazing movement, and at his age, for him to do what he's done, he's a prime example of putting your dreams in motion. So I had to have him on the show. So welcome Harris to the stage, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Man, I want to get into your story, bro. Like, I'm intrigued by what I've seen so far on your Instagram, and how you've maneuvered this business at this age and what you've done. Because a lot of people will say they're starting clothing brands and all of that, and they'll just print up T-shirts that say certain things. And there's no shots out to them. I mean, no shots at them. But what you've done is actually not just create a clothing brand, but you've created a movement from what I've seen. So I want to get into it first by just talking about how you got started, your vision for Eternal Flare, even how you got the name and what led you to even do this.
Okay. So to start off, I'm gonna take you back to, because I'm trying to paint a picture for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take y'all back to college. This is my junior year in college, Sam Houston State University. Shout out to Sam Houston. I'm a junior in college. I'm struggling in my classes, trying to get it together, having my college crisis. I'm doing a degree that I don't really feel like it's gonna make me a lot of money, because that's the end all be all, whether we say it or not. College, that's what we go there for. So most definitely, I'm struggling, trying to figure out what I really want to do. And let me take it back a little bit further. I actually was a social media influencer for years before that, and I kind of built my brand of myself through social media, through TikTok, Instagram. I used to make skits, funny videos, stuff to like entertain people, and I've actually grown that page on TikTok to over 1 million followers.
Wow.
So
while you were in college?
I'm in college, yeah.
Wow, okay.
So that was something that I did for fun, but at the time, mind you, I'm playing college football. So I'm playing college football at Sam. So, with college football, you got to do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? You can't really make videos and play college. So it was kind of like I had to push that to the side, social media to the side, and focus solely on football. So I'm playing football, and I'm just like, man, I don't even know if I want to go to the league. I don't know if that's something that is in the cards for me, realistically speaking. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me think realistically. Let me get down to business. Let me think, how am I going to make money? How am I going to realistically, make it in this lifestyle that I want to live? So mind you, through all this time, I've always loved fashion. That's been a passion of mine, something that I've truly just indulged in, and something that I fell in love with at a young age is fashion, streetwear clothes, styling clothes, stuff like that. And actually, when I was an influencer, brands used to send me clothes to promote them, to promote their brands. I was like, you know what? These companies are sending me clothes. Like, maybe I could style them. And that was just a thought in my head, but it wasn't really in motion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm scrolling on TikTok, and I see this dude about 20 years old, and he's about my age, right? And he made like $80,000 off his clothing brand. So I'm like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? He's my age, and he made more money than most people, that I've seen. So I'm like, okay, this is definitely something that I want to, maybe I can do it. Let me just try it. So start a clothing brand. And in a sense of I start my brand, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of, you know, there's trials and errors, but I started off with at the time there was an app that you could use called Teespring on Instagram. I drew up just some designs and I put it on there, and I had at the time my Instagram name, which is still my Instagram name now, is H Fazo. And my name is H Fazo. I came up with that for my brand, for my name, because I like Air Forces, and up north they call them G Fazo. So I was like, okay, Harrison, I can't do much with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna go H and then Fazo. So you know what I'm saying? So that was my name. So I was like, okay, what's a name that I can make a brand out of? So I'm like, Fazo. I wanted to pop, you know what I'm saying? Fazo Flame, Fazo something that rhymes. So I said Fazo Flare. So I'm like, okay. Fazo Flare, that's live, live. So I made a t-shirt little thing on Instagram, no sales, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got maybe like 2 sales, and I'm like, okay, well maybe this is happening because people don't want to buy merch from somebody. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to buy it to feel like they're purchasing it from somebody. They want to buy it from a brand. So I was like, okay, Fazo Flare, that's not gonna work. So I'm like, I like Flare, but what do I want my brand to represent? You know what I'm saying? What I want it to represent, I want it to be something that has longevity and something that is gonna be eternal. And I said, you know what I'm saying? Eternal Flare is perfect. So I'm like, okay, boom, right there. Eternal Flare is the name of my brand. Okay, so I started watching YouTube videos on Virgil Abloh, and Abloh, I hope I didn't butcher that. And he's a creator of Off-White. Big, huge streetwear brand. R.I.P. Virgil. He actually passed away.
Off-White shoes?
Off-White shoes, yeah. He passed away. But he created a brand, and nobody knew. He came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And it just came from an idea. And he said, the one thing I took away from one of his videos he was in, he said, people don't buy clothing for the design. They buy it for the brand. So I was like, in order for me to scale my business, I have to build a brand. That is the most important thing that people overpass when they think that they're just gonna make $1 million off of something. You gotta build a brand. Yeah. So I focused from the day I started my brand, which was I remember the day, December 13th, 2021. The day I started that brand, I focused solely on the brand. I didn't even care about the profit, I didn't care about money. So fast forward a little bit, for about like months, maybe on a year, I wasn't even focused about profit. I'm trying to build the brand. So what I would do is, I didn't have, mind you, so I'm starting the brand. So nobody knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows Eternal Flare. Nobody knows about that. Right. So what I would do is I would post Eternal Flare. I designed this jacket. I finally got this jacket that I wanted made, and I found vendors for it, and I finally got it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get any sales, but I can make people think that it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing about people is they flock to things that was hot. You know what I'm saying? Very true. So I was like, I'm going to make people think that it's sold out. So what I did was I said, hoodie's dropping out right now. We're dropping a hoodie on December 25th. Open the site. And then what I would do is, on all the hoodies that I had, I would put sold out. So when people went to the website, and this is free game for y'all. You know what I'm saying? When people went to the website, they're like, how you sell out? Like, why did this dude sell out? Like, he don't anybody even know this brand. So then people would start following just to watch. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a whole bunch of watchers to see, is he really selling out? So it went from that to, okay, now let me open the site for a little bit. Okay, now I got 10 sales. Okay, I went from 0 to 10. Okay, I'm selling $60 hoodies. And also, that's another thing. I started my price which at that time, now $60 is kind of base for a hoodie. Now in like fashion world, but back then 60 was kind of high. You could get a hoodie for $30. You go get a Nike hoodie for $35. You know what I'm saying? $40. So 60 was kind of high. So I put the price point high, and I kept it there and never changed it. So it would be as if, okay, first of all, his hoodie is selling out and it's $60. So who's buying it? So let's watch and see what he got going on. So it's kind of like I was trying to build the brand and kind of build the hype around the brand, so then it would become what it is today. And obviously, you know what I'm saying? It worked. It worked. Yeah, so fast forward to now, I built this brand over the past 2 years, you know what I'm saying? And it's been amazing. It's been amazing to see how far I can take it and how far I have taken it, from just making it seem like we popping to like we're actually, you know what I'm saying, we got celebrities wearing our stuff.
That's what I was gonna get into. Like,
so yeah,
that's when I was most. Thank you for sharing that, by the way, because somebody's gonna be watching, bro. Like wondering just those little nuggets that you know, like you told me, you was like, man,
it's the real.
I'm happy to be on the show, man. I was thinking like, man, this is an honor because you coming on the show after what you've done. Like when I look at your Instagram, clearly I can see that you working. And sometimes, man, not everybody would want to stop in their day to come sit down and just share game. And, you know, I appreciate you doing that because, like I said, my brother, you know, I'm wearing his shirt right now. He loves your brand, bro. Like, when I told him I'm finna sit down and meet with you, he's like, man, no, not Eternal Flair. That's how he talking about you.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's crazy because I don't even think of myself like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the crazy part is because, like, when I do see people wearing my brand in Philadelphia and Mozambique, in Canada, in Italy, in London, UK, Russia, like I got people.
You got people wearing your clothes in Russia,
yeah,
bro?
I can just pull it up. I can show you the orders that I got.
Wow.
And it's like seeing that is kind of like, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But like when you hear somebody like your brother, that means a lot to me because it's like to hear somebody really talk about my brand, like how I envisioned it when I first started. Yeah. That makes it all worth the while. Yeah, because that's the hype that I was trying to build. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you did it, man. Because he knew more about you than I did, and I was actually closer than you him, right? You done been over to my house and met my wife and family. And when I told him you were at the crib, first thing he told me, why you eat? You know, I wasn't really thinking like that because I didn't know he was such a big fan of your work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to scale his business and do some of the same things, man. And I was just impressed, man. Like, so what I wanted to talk about too is I saw a video of you and your family like bagging up shirts and product. Yeah. So right now, like I thought that was impressive, man. Like you had grandma working.
I had grandma. You had Papa. I had everybody. So I'm gonna take y'all to that, which that was my best month. Yeah. Of really best part of my year in the fourth quarter of my business, of the first year that I really started blowing up. So I'm on, mind you, I'm gonna do start the middle first, middle, and then the end. So start off, I got this drop coming up, full collection. I just got some new pants that I designed, shirts, hoodies, beanies to the 9, everything. Yeah. So it's a full collection drop, and I'm really excited about it. So, mind you, I'm going on a cruise with my family. So I open the site before I get on the cruise, and I don't look at the sales. I don't look at nothing. So I'm chilling, having my time in the Bahamas, cooling and stuff like that. And I get off the boat, and I'm looking at the numbers in a week, and I'm like, they look pretty big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy. And turns out one of the biggest streamers in the world had shown my jacket on stream and put it on while I'm sipping, you know what I'm saying, drinks in the Bahamas. Wow. They were on stream and they're like, Eternal Flair, like this is dope, like this brand is crazy, this is tough. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
So, and just let me slow you down a bit, bro, because this is what's crazy. You're in the Bahamas. Yes. With your family. This is when you initially started it. Yeah. All right. So you're out of college already. Yeah. So you didn't know anything about this dude?
No. I knew. Okay, so this is the thing. I knew about him because I'm heavy on social media. I kind of like keep track of everything. And this is actually this past year. This was 2023. It was 2022 actually. I'm sorry. 2022. It was December 2022. Yeah. So I knew about the streamer because I keep track of who's hot, who's not, just in case I want to reach out to somebody and be like, hey, like you trying to put on my clothes, stuff like that. Yeah. So I knew about him, but he posted on a story, I got a P.O. box, send your stuff in, and I'll review it if I like it. If it's hot, if it's hot, I'll talk about it. If it's not, then I won't. Gotcha. So I kind of just sent it blindly and sent a letter and said, hey, I really like what you got going on. Like Eternal Flair, we're trying to be motivators. We're trying to be great, just like you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just hopes that he may open it. So, and mind you, he's a big streamer. So he's getting like 50, 60, 70 packages of jackets and hoodies that, what I'm saying, he could go through. Wow. So just to answer your question. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, like I said, I'm, sipping drinks in Bahamas. I'm enjoying my cruise. I get off the boat, my phone's blowing up. Because, on cruises, your phone, it turns off unless you pay for the Wi-Fi.
Right.
So my phone is blowing up. I'm like, bro, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then I see all these DMs from my supporters that follow my brand. They're like, bro, Duke Dennis rocked your stuff. Like, and that's his name, Duke Dennis. He's a really big streamer. Mm-hmm. Duke Dennis rocked your stuff, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mind you, my sales are reflecting what they're talking about. Because I'm like, something's going crazy right now. So me as a marketing, because with my brand, I'm the marketer. I am the graphic designer, and I'm the executive of everything in my brand. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I seen that, I took the clips of him saying it, edited a video, put the video together, posted it. And when I posted that video, things went crazy. Like, when I say crazy, I only kept the site open for 2 weeks because I knew I wasn't going to be able to fulfill that many orders.
Wow.
So I had over 1,000 orders in 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Of hoodies.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So
while you was on the boat.
Yeah, and while I'm on the boat. So I'm sitting in the Bahamas, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get back off the boat, I'm like, oh, snap, 400 orders, oh, snap. Then a couple more days pass, 500, 600, 700, they just keep going up. I'm like, I gotta cut it off.
Right.
So in that video that you seen, where I had grandma, grandpa, uncle, auntie, everybody at the house packaging up orders, that's what it was. And I think that's something that really is a blessing, is my family. Bruh. Because like having that support around me, really it helps you grow more, and it makes you want to do better.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I love that about your family. That's one thing that not to cut you off, but that's one thing that made me want to even sit down with you and talk, because oftentimes you don't see a lot of people bringing their family in like that. Yeah. Because number one, it's really hard to trust some of our own people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our own people, we can't get along enough to even build a brand together. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they're helping you build the brand, but just
I know what you mean.
Right? But just that work that they did to help you fulfill those orders. I didn't know that. I thought you was just, man, I'm finna hire grandpa. I'm finna hire mama. We finna build this thing.
They literally came and said, okay, like, because I was packaging orders, and my mom was like, yeah, we need help. Like, he got a whole bunch. Because mind you, whenever you put in a bulk order for your brand, it all hits at once. Because I got 2 manufacturers, but one manufacturer makes 90%, and then the other makes like a couple things. So mind you, they dropped off, I'm talking about boxes like maybe about this high, this thick, big boxes.
Of all of your hoodies?
Of all the hoodies. Because you got to think it's a thick hoodie. It's really thick. It's winter wear. Probably about like 25 boxes at the doorstep. So we looking at the boxes like, okay, we need some help. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely my mom was like, reached out to my grandparents. She's like, come on, like, y'all, she needs the help. Like, everybody was on deck. And it definitely was a surreal experience. Not just because it was so many aspects of that really showed me a lot about my life. As far as like, one, how fast things can change in your life. You know, I went from a broke college student to now making 6 figures a year off of an idea. You know what I'm saying? Off my mind. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
22 years old, bro.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes I be moving so fast. I move so fast that I forget that I am 22. And like sitting here in this room talking to you, it's like you would think I'm about 35 or something. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I said about my cameraman, Gio. Shouts out to Gio behind the screen, man. Gio is like that same person to me, man. I met him he's a realtor. And he came to my office, and I pulled up on him because he was about to leave. I pulled up on him fast thinking he's a client. Like, I ain't finna lose this deal. I pulled up on him. I hopped out the truck, started talking to Gio. I was like, man, Gio sounds like he about 40. Like he got a lot of knowledge.
It's the maturity.
It's the maturity, but Gio, your age, man, you know what I'm saying? And he doing some major things. So I salute y'all, because when I was 22, I'm wild and just... I'm in LA, I'm in New York.
You turning up.
I'm turning up trying to chase my dream, though. I'm building. But I didn't really have that mentality to build a business like at that age, bro. I'm being 100. I just met my business partner, Mr. Mark, with the Whitener Group, and he's been educating me on a lot of things business-wise, you know, at this age. You feel me? And I'm still grateful for it, but I got about 20 years on you. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what I'm saying?
But for you to scale a business at 22 to a 6-figure business at that age, bro. And you know, it shows your character, how you carry yourself. I remember when you came over to the crib, even my wife was saying it, man. Y'all didn't wild out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we had a good time.
Had a good time, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but most kids your age, bro, like they wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really have vision. But obviously you had vision at a young age at your college, because it started out in college. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know you were working as a content creator. Was that a job on campus?
So no, so I was doing that just for like me, just for fun. So like I just love making videos. You know what I'm saying? So that was just something that I did like for myself. So I kind of just that's kind of like just like kind of like a hobby, but it just grew because you know I hit so many views and then followers kept going up. So it kind of went from a hobby to like, okay, maybe I can make some money out of this. But I don't want to say I regret it, because I would never be in the position I'm in now. But I don't feel like I was able to reach that full potential of like my social media, and that's why I'm trying to replicate it now to get back to where I was. Because before I was making videos, I'm talking about 1 million views every single video, and you can go on my page right now and you can see millions of views every video, and I was going crazy, but I stopped because of football, and then I ended up not playing football anymore. So it's kind of like I kind of regretted that in a sense, but it was all kind of everything worked in God's plan. You know what I'm saying?
Say the same thing.
And it's like that's I would say that's the glue to everything. Is the glue to my life, all my success is because of God. You know what I'm saying?
That was one of my questions I was going to ask you.
100%.
Like, because a lot of people, you know, let's keep it real. Everybody ain't a believer. You know, everybody say they believe in God, but your walk is going to show you. You know what I'm saying? And your character is going to show you that you really do have a relationship with the Most High. And 100%. And I can tell that too. And you and your brother and your whole family, like y'all just got good energy, bro. Like anybody, I like being around y'all.
100%.
And so let me ask you this though, man. Like with being 22 and scaling your business to a 6-figure business at 22. I know that it has to come with its ups and downs. Right? Like, so people are listening and seeing like, man, I can do this. I can build a brand. They may think, you know, take note of the cheat code of, you know, looking like you sold out, you know what I'm saying? But what has been some of the hard moments to where or have you had any moments where you just wanted to give up or you got close to giving up?
So I wouldn't say that I had moments where I wanted to give up, because I feel like what I do and what I've been doing is all from, like I said, from God. And I feel like kind of spoke to me and telling me what I need to do. So it's like I always have that drive internally no matter what happens, whether it is the lows, and there are lows, you know what I'm saying? Highs and lows. But I definitely did stumble, make mistakes along the way, because you got to think about it. I'm a college kid. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot to tell y'all. About this, but
give us all the juice, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot to tell y'all. By the way, when I started my business, it's all gonna tie together, I promise. When I started my business, I think I had about like $1,000, $800 in FAFSA, financial aid, which that is supposed to last for the rest of the semester that I was in, my second semester. It's supposed to pay for my apartment and my food and everything. And I was like, I'm not gonna go to college anymore, because I dropped out, by the way. I'm full-time business right now. Like I've been living the past year and a half, I've been working and living off my business. That's awesome, I dropped out of school because me personally, I just felt like I had a greater thing that I could put all my eggs in one basket, and I knew. I just felt like this was what I was meant to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's been working, and I've been praying about it. I prayed on it for a long time, of course.
I know that feeling.
But yeah, no, 100%. So, but back in college, I took all my financial aid money, all of it. I put it into my business, started my business.
See, that's
by the way, my parents didn't even know this. My parents didn't even know this, by the way. I took all my financial aid money. I'm talking about room and board, food, everything from my books. I took all the money, I put it straight into my business, because I said, I feel like this is gonna work. And mind you, I still gotta pay rent. So for that whole end of the year, because I put all the money in there, all my rent from the rest of that year, I was paying for my business. So I'm paying $700 a month as a college student from my business. Wow. That's not even financial aid. Come on, you know what I'm saying? So like, and that kind of, it makes you work harder though. Because like when you put it in and you see it's working, I'm having success, it makes you want to go harder. Yeah. So that was just a little, you know, something to drop on y'all real quick.
Let's drop a pin right there though, before you move forward. That's what I'm talking about. Most people gonna watch this video and be like, man, dude, balling, 6 figures, I'm in college, man, I can do this. But not everybody willing to take that risk.
That risk, yeah.
Like, I'll be real with you. If I'm in college, and I remember I went to college on a band scholarship. You know, I played on the drum line. Okay. And so I had scholarship money, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So for my first year, I dropped out after my first year to chase my dream. I sold my first 2 beats, you know, because I make beats. I sold my first 2 beats to Selena's brother. The singer Selena. That's crazy. Yeah, bro. Like, I met somebody in college that knew her brother. They heard my beats while I was cooking up my beats in the media room on campus, because I went to Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches. Yeah. I'm in there cooking up beats, man. They heard my beats. They was like, bro, you need to start sending your beats off. And I didn't know you could send beats off. Yeah. I was just enjoying making them, man. I made my first $3,000 off of 2 beats. Bro, I dropped out the next day. I was Kanye.
I already know it.
When you see
that much money in your account, and you ain't never seen that much money in your account, it make you rethink some things.
I flew to Miami. Like, he wired. That was the first wire transfer anybody ever sent me. When he told me, I was like, man. He asked me how much you want for the beats. I ain't never sold beats.
Yeah, so you was like, you just threw a number out there.
But honestly, I didn't. So I was just like, man, whatever you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my first time. He threw the number out there. Wow. He said, I'm gonna give you 3. He said, I'm gonna give you 3 stacks. How that sound? I said, what? Of course. Yeah. And so he flew. I flew to Miami to do a producers event, to where you can get your name out there, meet other producers. And after he wired me the money, I knew this event was coming up. I'm in college still, just like you. Yeah. I'm saying this quick story to tell you, most people are not going to put the dream in motion. You sat here and you could have dreamed about it. Like, man, maybe I can use my financial aid. You know, maybe I can drop out and do this. But you put the stuff the work in motion, and that's what this podcast is about. And I did the same thing. That's why I'm passionate about people who take the risk, because everybody can talk about it, but not everybody gonna say, I'm gonna put my financial aid up. Yeah. That was a big risk. Yeah. And your parents didn't know.
And my parents didn't know. And at the time, I told you my grades wasn't good either. So it's like, I had talked with my parents before that, and I was like, you know, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, they're like, well, like, if you fail this semester, mind you, this is my probationary period, because like in college, after you fail so many times, like, you basically, it's like, this is your end all be all. If you don't make these grades, then you're out, basically. So it's my probationary period. My parents are like, well, I mean, if you don't make the grades, like, you're either gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, pay for it yourself, which I didn't have any money, or you're gonna have to come back home and get a job. So, and they talking about go get a job at McDonald's or something. And you know me, I'm like, hold up. Yeah. McDonald's, you know, no offense to the McDonald's workers. You know
had a bigger dream.
But yeah, I know what I was meant for. I know what my dream was, my lifestyle was, and I was like, that's not gonna work for me. So I already knew school was out. I'm already doing bad in school, so it's like, school was out. I didn't have a passion to get my degree. Like, some people, I feel like when you go to college, you have a passion to get that degree. That's something that you can hold high. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was a film and photography major, and I love film and I love pictures and video, but I just couldn't really see myself doing that long term. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying? I kind of was like, this is all I really want to do, is just make clothes and make that grow into something else. You know what I'm saying? With other business ventures. So I did. I went all in. I literally put everything I had, all my money into it, and my parents didn't know it at all. And
when did they find out?
And recently, whenever I made, mind you, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, how much I made. That month that went crazy. I ended up making $60,000 in 2 weeks. So, you know,
salute, bro.
My parents, you know what I'm saying? They were like, you know, yeah, like, your business is doing good and stuff like that. But when they seen them orders come in, they're starting to count. You know what I'm saying? They're like, how much?
They doing the math.
How much? You know what I'm saying? So I made $60K off that one drop
in 2 days.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So that kind of transcended everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And took everything to the next level.
Yeah.
So for me, it kind of just showed me that putting all my eggs in one basket was a good thing in a sense of when you really have a dream and you want to put it in motion, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
You get a feeling, you know what I'm saying? You know whenever it's that time, you know whenever it's time to go full force and put everything into it.
Bro.
Because if you don't, you could be living a life that you don't want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro. You speaking, bro, because man, dog, I love what you're saying, bro. It's inspirational because I know for sure. I talked to my brother behind the scene. He's gonna be on the show next, Austin Petrie. Shouts out to Austin. Me and Austin talk all the time about our visions. You know, since I've been knowing Austin, we've been talking about everything we gonna do. Yeah. We're good at speaking things into existence, and then eventually.
That's like me and my brother. Yeah,
we execute eventually. But I knew, I've been talking about dreams in motion for 6 years now. I started slow, you know, with a few shirts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the brand out there. I started with a few short videos on Instagram explaining my vision behind dreams in motion and my why. And every time I would do it, I would feel like somebody's tugging, pushing me to like, man, go all in. Like, it's something
not just
there.
like, you know, putting just, let me just do a little bit.
Yeah, go all in. Like, you know, get with people that's going to help you bring it to life on a bigger scale, because I feel like a lot of people get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to you before we got on camera. I feel like so many people give up on their dreams. And my pastor once told me, when something makes you so angry, it's probably some guy that's calling you to inspire in that area. Yeah. And it makes me angry when I see talented people give up on themselves, or talented minds, brilliant minds,
lost potential.
Right, man. You know, I follow this speaker by the name of Dr. Miles Monroe. You look him up, he's passed on, rest in peace, man. He was one of the greatest speakers that I've ever heard. And we studied at the same school for a year, and he went on to write millions of books, man, about doing kingdom work and kingdom principles and stuff like this. And he said in his one book, he said, the richest place on the earth is the cemetery. And I was thinking, like, why would he say that? And then he broke it down. He said the richest place on the earth is the cemetery, because so many people have died with visions never accomplished. Wow. With dreams that they never pursued. With ideas and books that they never written, with clothes that they never designed. And when he said that, bro, it hit me, because I know I have a dream inside of me, a vision inside of me, and I will not let it die. Yeah. And I told myself when I heard that, I said, I'm not going to not give it my best while I'm here on this earth. I'm gonna do everything I feel God is calling me to do, outside of just producing music and selling houses. Dreams in Motion is a passion for me. Like, I want to create a platform to where people can share their stories, and so hopefully someone's listening can get inspired and keep pushing. Because if you breathing, God put that vision into you for a reason, and you're doing the work to make that happen. So, man, I salute you, bro. Like, because everything you're saying is, it hits me here, because I don't want to give up. And it seems like every time I try to keep pushing and I put that energy into it, I meet people like Mr. Mark. I've been watching people that talk about business credit
for a long
on
time.
Instagram,
but never put it in motion.
Right, but it's sometimes, man, there's a season for everything.
Yeah, no,
and that's one thing.
100%.
My brother Austin Petrie taught me. There's a season for everything. Timing is big, and
very much so.
My season was learning, like putting my mind and energy into learning about business just through social media, through YouTube. And then eventually I met somebody that I feel like I brought that energy to me. Yeah. Because I kept putting it in.
You manifesting it. Yeah. You're indulging in it. You're, trying to really research it.
Exactly. Yeah. And before you know it, I met a realtor who introduced me to Mr. Mark, the Whitener Group. And before you know it, like this, it didn't take me long. Like he took me under his wing. He started, like I told Mr. Whitener, this man, he spent 2 hours with me on the phone teaching me the game, and didn't charge me not $1. Okay. And I told him on the phone, I said, man, I owe you some dinner or something, because not everybody is going to spend that amount of time with you, giving you game.
Give you that knowledge for free.
For free, like man. It was one lady that was talking about business credit, man. She trying to charge me shoot, $300 for 30 minutes. I'm not lying. She was trying to charge me 30 minutes for some game. I mean, $300 for some game.
If anything, the crazy thing is, if anything from what you just said shows is that knowledge rules everything. Like they say, knowledge is power. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Like if I know right now how to make $1 million a month and I have the perfect plan, guess what I can do? I can sell that thought. Because not everybody knows that.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's true.
So getting in these rooms, getting connections with people like you and like Mr. Mark, like things like these, that's what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to connect with people on a greater level. Because that knowledge, it can transcend you and your generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like it can transcend anything that you think. You know what I'm saying?
When I think about where my family is, it's you say knowledge is power, but in the word of God, it also says our people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yes, very true.
And so our people, oftentimes we do the same thing over and over and over. We get a little money, we spend it on the things we want.
As soon as we get it,
we pay our bills,
right.
and we good. As long as we paying our bills and we got a little bit of things that we want, we good. We're not thinking generational wealth. We're not thinking about our kids.
That's what I need. I don't even care.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is like you ask my mom, my dad, my brother right now, if does Harrison think that he's doing amazing right now?
Yeah.
And he would probably say no, he's doing okay. Cause I don't like to think about. I'm not gonna say I'm so far in the future that I can't think about the now. But one thing about me is that I know the vision of what I want to accomplish, and I know that I want to have generational wealth. I want to sit back, kick my feet up on that farm, just like you want them acres, you know what I'm saying, and watch my kids run around with some horses, and I want that and many more for the future, because it's cool to be rich. It's cool to be rich, but I want to be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I think for me as a young man, I feel like it's kind of cool to talk to you and people in this vicinity, because when I talk like I do, they're like looking at me like, what are you talking about? You don't want to go to the strip club? You don't want to go, you don't want to go partying, clubbing, and drinking it up? Like, nah, bro. Like I'm trying to have generational wealth for my future family.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, and like to the little tangent on that, and then I'm gonna let you go. You know, I'll talk for days. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, what's funny is my boy Gio told me the last show, because I want you to talk. Last show, he was like, man, you know, typically it's like 70-30. You let the guest talk 70% and you talk 30%. And I was telling him, man, what you saying, man? Was I talking too much, bro? I started getting a little insecure, like, man, what I'm talking. But I like conversation.
Yeah,
you know
no, of course. But
what
I'm saying is, whenever something that stuck with me is you said you saw that 3,000 in your account. Whenever you sold that beat, and you were like, man, I'm done. Forget everything else, man. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I feel like the biggest limit on anybody is your mind.
Speak on it.
Because your mind only allows you to go as far as your mind allows you to go. And by that I mean, if I live in Section 8 housing, and the best thing that I know is somebody getting a studio apartment, and that's the best that I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's attainable in my circle. My cousin got a studio apartment, man. That's the best that I can get. When I get to that, I'm gonna be like, I made it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna think I made it for real. But why not get a house? Why not get acres? Why? Oh, well, nah, that's they can do that. That's big money. I can't make it up there.
Right.
But when you accomplish something, it opens up your mind. So when you seen that 3,000, you were like, oh, 3,000 is attainable. So now 3,000 ain't really crazy to you no more, because you got it. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that 10K, oh snap, 10K.
Yes.
But then you already got 10K. So what? Oh, I didn't make 10K this time. Dang, I didn't really do good.
Right.
But it's because your mind only allows you to go as far as you can go. So
that's good.
And for me, and I think that's why I am so hard on myself. When like I just told you, I made 60K in 2 weeks. So now every other drop, if I don't do that, I'm like, okay, I did good. I did decent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 22 years old. I'm 22 years old making $60,000 in 2 weeks.
That's somebody's
yearly salary.
Yes.
And I'm saying I did decent. people will look at me and say I'm crazy.
Bruh.
But it's because my mind, I know that I can do greater things, because that kid in college, he got would have got $100, he'd have spent it on some crazy stuff. But because I've grown and I've matured in the money that has hit my account, it has allowed me to see that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. Once you see that something's possible, you can continue to grow and you continue to see more things. Because I can see myself getting a 5-bedroom house with some land, have my wife and my kids playing basketball court, pool, all that. Like, I know I'm gonna get it.
Yes,
it's a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
That,
I'm not even. We can come back and have a podcast in my house when I'm chilling.
We gonna do it.
Yeah, we gonna do it when I'm in my house. We can do it because I know that I've broken the barrier of my mind to think that I can't reach that, because I know that I can. Because if I would have never said that I would have made 6 figures in a year as a 21-year-old, why, like, if somebody would have told me that when I was 21, when I first started my business and I made 6 figures that year, they would say, yeah, you're going to make 6 figures this year. I'd have been like, you crazy. I don't even know how I'm going to do that.
Right.
But because I've done it, guess what? Now I'm trying to make $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make $500K. I'm trying to make 600, $1 million, $100 million, $1 billion. You know what I'm saying?
But did you always have that?
The drive?
The drive, at least, to...
The crazy thing is I've always had a drive, but I never knew I had it. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is I've always been very content with things and how they were. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because I never found that thing that would bring it out of me.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, somebody may think, I don't know what I'm doing in my life, man. I don't got to drive to do nothing. But you find that thing that you really love, it'll turn you into a completely different person. Because I promise, me now that I'm sitting here right now talking to you how I am, 2 years ago, I was not that person. If I would have got, and that's why you said there's a season for everything. Yeah. If I would have gotten this blessing of this thriving business back when I was 19, money would have been gone. Clothes, brand would have lasted about a year. Yeah. But because God put me through the trials of bad grades, failing, he broke me down so he could build me up. Yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's good. So he broke me down in a way to where I looked up to him and I prayed to him and asked him, what do I, you know what I'm saying? What do I have to do? What is my calling? What is something that I want to be great at? And he showed me the path and I'm just walking it. You know what I'm saying? That's good. But it all comes full circle with God, and it comes full circle with your mind. Like, even if you haven't done it, even if you haven't made $10,000, $5,000, $3,000, $1,000, $200. You know what I'm saying? Even if you haven't made that much money in your life before, don't think that you can't do it. Right. Because you're limiting what you are going to be able to do just off your thought, because your mind is the most powerful thing in the world. And and just to add to that, I never thought that I could make $3,000 selling beats. Exactly. Until you did it. Until I did it. But one thing I can remember as a child, I've always been a visionary. Like I talked about it on another podcast. I started my first band when I was like 15 years old. I called the band Musicians for Christ. Yeah. My mom was a minister growing up, still is a minister. She's a pastor. And I grew up playing drums and keyboard in the church at a young age. I knew the first time I sat on the front row watching a drummer play drums that that's what I love. Yeah. Something about them sounds of them drums. Yeah. It's like crazy. Crazy thing is, I'm not gonna interrupt you, but I played percussion in high school. What? Yeah. I played percussion in high school. I did everything. I did the marimba, the triangle, the snare drum, bass drum, tempest drum. You played the quads? Yeah, all of it. Yeah, I did all that. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That drumline energy. Yeah. Yeah, but I love the drums, bro. My mom said I used to beat on pots and pans when I was like 5, and that's when they knew something. I was intrigued by the sound of the drum. Yeah. So I say all that to say I had vision immediately when I heard them drums, and I had enough common sense to see my peers. Like one of my partners, he gonna be on the show. Shouts out to Michael Robinson. He played for T.D. Jakes. Wow. Every Sunday. T.D. Jakes, he played for Tamela Mann, he played for Kirk Franklin. That's he didn't went on tour with all the major, and we grew up together playing in the same church. That's crazy. That's a blessing. Right, bro. It's a blessing, and I love the story, bro. Like it's God's story that He gave us, bro. No, 100%. Like when I watch Him do what He do best on that organ, I've been seeing that in Him since he was a kid. And I told my mom, I say, look, man, I want to start a band. And she was just like, okay. So
what's your plan?
Yeah.
That's how she was talking.
Yeah,
I said,
what's your plan then?
I said, well, we just gonna get together. We gonna make up tunes, and then the church gonna book us to come play at the church.
Yeah.
And she was like, what?
Yeah.
I said, well,
Looking at you crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, well, at church you have like the offering time where music is playing where you go get your offering.
Yeah.
And my vision was like, we gonna be the band that play during offering time.
Yeah.
Where we just make up some stuff. Bro, it came to life, bro. I had to go sit down at Michael Robinson's dad's house and ask his dad, can your son be a part of my band?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and at the time in Cleveland,
15
Texas.
years old?
Yeah, I'm about 15. At the time in Cleveland, Texas, we in a small town, bro. Ain't nobody have no like bands.
Yeah.
You just play for the church, my boy.
Yeah,
you go play for the church and do your thing. But I saw a vision in my partners, like his brother played drums, and his brother is now playing drums on tour with major artists. And we all grew up in the church playing together, but I saw it as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid that, okay, this Michael played the organ, he cold. King played the drums, and he cold. I played drums too, but at the time, I was learning bass and guitar, percussion and all that. And then I had another partner who played the saxophone. I said, man, I'm finna put us together and we just finna vibe, And before then, I didn't even know nothing about production. I didn't know I can make beats, and I didn't have no equipment.
You just having fun, like
that's it.
And I feel like that's where everything starts, is like doing something out of the love for it.
That's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'll take you further than somebody that's like, okay, I want to get this money, like I want to do this. Like when you try to like make everything so perfect, I feel like that's when it fails. But when you just let it flow, like I love to do this, so I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? See where it takes me.
That's exactly what happened. And when we started using the church, like one of the pastors he'll give me the key to the church and say, y'all can just go in there and practice when y'all want to.
Oh, that's live.
So I started getting everybody together. We would go in the church and practice. And before you know it, we got so good that churches started booking us.
Yeah.
Churches started saying, hey, man, we need the MFC band. We were on the program.
That's crazy.
So at this part of the program at church, Musicians for Christ are going to play some music.
Yeah.
That's how it would. And it would be tunes that we would just make up. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be jamming and going from different melodies, you know what I'm saying, just having a good time. But that turned into all of us going our separate ways after high school and still doing what we love.
Doing what y'all love.
And so when I see Michael playing for TD Jakes now, bro, and I see King, it showed me that I ain't had no money back then, but I had the vision to see greatness in people.
Yeah.
I had the vision to see greatness in myself. And that's what I've held on to into this age, and that's what pushes me. It ain't about the money. The money comes when you have vision for where you're trying to go.
100%.
Right? And I told my other partner on the show the other day, last week, I said, bro, sometimes I look at him, because he's big in fitness. He be working out every day. He on that treadmill. Yeah. Bro, I told him, I said, bro, sometimes you convict me. I said it in a good way, because it's like I see you all the time working out.
Makes you want to get in the gym.
It makes me want to stay consistent, you know what I'm saying? And it's like most people that don't have vision, they'll look at him like, man, he doing too much. Yeah. Because you don't have vision for your life.
Their own insecurities are outweighed by, them.
Yeah.
You don't want to be uplifted by that person, because you see somebody doing something you want to do, so you try to make up in your mind, oh, they ain't all that. Like,
exactly.
They ain't doing that.
Because you ain't got no vision. But when you have vision for your life, like, I'm not envying you. I'm saluting you. I'm giving you flowers. That's why
you too.
Part of this show, bro. Like I want to be the show. I want my podcast to show me personally and my team giving flowers to the average Joe person that's doing it big before you just go. Like I know you got famous people wearing your clothes now, so you up there, bro.
I'm trying to, and even my mindset now is like, that's cool. Like I'm hard on myself. I give myself my flowers sometimes, but I still want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent and stuff like that. I don't look at myself as big. But like I told you when you said your brother was like, dang, Eternal Flare. Like, I'm like, really? Yeah, they really talking about me like that? Like that? That makes me happy. It makes me happy. It knows that makes me feel like I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
You are, bro. Like, you're putting good energy into that clothing brand world. Like, the whole name alone is just good energy, bro. And when I started seeing you blow, other artists wearing your stuff, I was just like, what dude doing? Whatever he's doing is working, man, and I'm proud of him. But I want to end with, where do you see your company going, like, from today? Like, I know you got a vision for it. Like, are you trying to attack more famous people to grow the brand, or what are you trying to do moving forward?
I think moving forward for my brand, I want to make it available for everybody, but still the height of streetwear for celebrities. You know what I'm saying? In a way where it's not like, you know, Louis Vuitton is Louis Vuitton because their price point is so high. You know what I'm saying? I want that middle ground.
Yeah.
I want the kids that go to high school, that be skateboarding, that be in the streets, that be chilling with their friends every Friday, going out, to be able to cop an Eternal Flare hoodie, same as, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce, Jay-Z, or somebody that's bigger to go and buy an Eternal Flare hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I want it really to connect, you know, the two worlds. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times when you are able to buy something that you know your favorite famous person has, I feel like it makes you feel like you're connected to them in a way. Because like I seen this dude that I look up to wearing this, and I got it on. It's crazy. And people in the comments, whenever Duke Dennis, because he just recently posted pictures in my jacket, and I even asked him to do that.
Shout out to Duke Dennis.
Nah, bro.
Man.
Shout out to Duke for real.
Yeah.
He had a photo shoot and he was wearing it, and like I seen these little kids, like probably about like elementary school and middle school, that were like, bro, he's wearing that jacket just like me. And like that warmed my heart, because it's like, it's kind of like, it's connecting those worlds. Because now that kid that didn't think, you know, they didn't think they could ever meet their celebrity or whoever, they feel like they're connected to them in a way just from this piece of clothing.
Yeah, they got the same taste and style.
Exactly, the same taste and style. So it's like, I really want to see my brand grow and keep growing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just cut it off to a certain market of people, because I feel like then you lose the rest of the market. You know what I'm saying? But definitely I want to grow my business to where everybody in the world can kind of, you know what I'm saying, thrive off of that. But I definitely want to expand my business in multiple different ways, though. Like I want to get, you know, a women's line. I want to get,
just gonna ask that.
Women's line, exercise line. Like I want to do merchandise, like maybe products rather than clothes. You know what I'm saying? I want to build a brand more than a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple, because when you can stretch your arms over everything and you don't just circulate yourself to just one thing, that's when you really can make a change, and you really make a, you know, imprint on the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I want to do, and that's what I see. That's where I see myself. I really feel like I can do it too.
Yeah,
I really
man,
feel like I can.
With what you've done so far at 22, brother, it's impressive. You know, and I'm proud to know you. I'm excited that you were able to come on the show, because I'm pretty sure you done gave a lot of game and hope to somebody to your age at 22, man. Like it could be done at 22, man. Like if I would have made six figures at 22 or 60,000 in 2 at 22, I honestly don't think that I would have been prepared. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have gave a lot to my family, my mama. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a heart for my mom. I want to help her. And sometimes you can't help everybody when you make that type of money, man. You got to be focused. But one thing I do pride myself on is that I have never gave up on my dreams. You know, like going back to that 3,000. I invested that 3,000 by taking that trip to Miami to meet more people and to do what I love. Yeah. And so that's what I see in you, man. And I salute you, man. So we're gonna actually put links in the description, because I definitely want people to come check out your. You already got a ton of followers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It ain't about the followers. You know what I'm saying? We trying to grow as a community. It ain't even about the numbers. It ain't about the numbers.
That's
you know
what's up, bro. Like I want people to know more about you. You know what I'm saying? On my end, people that follow me, and just to hopefully, you know, we can continue doing business together. Like I said, I want to do a Dreams in Motion brand, you know, clothing brand, man, and collaborate with you. You know, I love collaboration, man. I love, you know, like my brother Hardhead, I like making music with him and, you know, getting in the studio with different people. And I feel like this is the same. Yeah, it is. Mr. Whitener, I'm collaborating with him, learning business credit. You feel me? Like
I'm about to be collaborating too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got the plug now, man. Like I love what he's done so far in my life and how organized he got me with my LLC and business, and that's my whole vision too. Like as I bring people on the show, I want to introduce people like yourself to people like him, so that you can get organized and scale up. Yeah, you know, and
connect those worlds that probably wouldn't connect if there was no middleman.
Exactly. You know I always say God works in His timing, bro.
Definitely.
And like for my brother Hardhead to want to be in video at this time in this season of his life, and me to meet Gio, me to meet Mr. Mark, it's just working out and it's like it's pushing me to, man, keep doing that podcast. Keep bringing the people together, you know what I'm saying? Eventually I can see Dreams in Motion becoming like where we do conferences, like I told you, where we bring in different speakers to, you know, speak about certain things, you feel me? And do it right here at a hotel in the conference room, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And help people grow. So, man, thank you so much, man.
Of course, man. Thank you for
I
having
don't want
me,
to take
man.
too much of your time. You're a businessman, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
6
know.
figures, and, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to grow, you know.
But we appreciate you being part of the show. Hopefully we'll do a part 2, bro.
Of course, no, we definitely will. At my house, my 5, what is it, 5 bedroom?
You said 6 bedroom.
We're in 6
you know what I'm
bedroom.
saying?
We're gonna be in the living room kicking our feet up on the podcast.
That's what's up, man. Till next time, y'all.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.